Could China really sue the United States over a tech ban? That's exactly what it's threatening to do after the US took its latest swing at Huawei's AI chips. The US government has just announced a new global ban on Huawei's Ascend AI processors, claiming they pose risks to data privacy and national security. But this time, China isn't staying quiet. In fact, it's warning that legal action could follow. The US says Huawei's AI chips, especially the Ascend 910C and 910D, can't be used anywhere in the world. This applies to companies, organizations, or anyone working with Chinese-made chips. But China says this is just political bullying disguised as security concerns. According to Beijing, the US is abusing its export controls to suppress Chinese companies and block fair trade. In response, China is now pointing to a law it passed back in 2021, the Anti-Foreign Sanctions Law. This law allows China to take legal action and even demand compensation from anyone who imposes unfair restrictions on Chinese firms. So if a, say, US-based company or even a foreign one decides to follow this new Huawei ban, they could face penalties from China. That means China might not just talk tough, it could actually go after these companies in court. The Chinese government called the US's actions unilateral bullying and said it violates international law. They've warned that they'll closely monitor the situation and take steps to defend their tech companies. While this isn't the first time China has pushed back, the mention of legal consequences raises the stakes. What's driving all of this? Huawei has been working hard to strengthen its AI chip game. It's been pushing forward with the Ascend 910C and now plans to boost production of the newer Ascend 910D. Some reports even claim that Huawei's performance is getting close to NVIDIA's H20 AI chips. That's huge for China, especially with the US tightening access to top-tier chips from companies like NVIDIA. So the timing of the US ban seems pretty clear. It's meant to slow down Huawei's progress before its new chips start rolling out, in big numbers. But the US isn't just banning the chips. It's also warning that any company using them could face its own penalties and consequences. That puts a lot of businesses in a tight spot. Do they follow the US rules and risk legal trouble with China? Or do they keep working with Huawei and face restrictions from the US? China's anti-sanction law gives it the legal tools to fight back, at least on paper. But it's still unclear how far China is willing to go, or how international companies will respond. What is clear is that this tech battle is no longer just about innovation. It's becoming a legal and political fight, and Huawei is right in the middle of it. If Huawei pushes ahead with shipping these chips this month, we may soon see how serious China is about protecting its tech giants with lawsuits and retaliation. And if you're wondering how this will impact the global chip market or future devices powered by AI, it's definitely something to watch closely. If you found this breakdown useful, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on global tech, AI chips, and what happens next in the Huawei versus US showdown. Is Samsung finally fixing the battery issues with its foldable phones this year? That's the question many users are asking, especially those who have been waiting for real improvements in battery life. And now, with some new certification, details out, we have a clearer picture of what to expect from the upcoming Galaxy Z Flip 7 and Galaxy Z Fold 7. But depending on which one you're eyeing, the news may either get you excited or leave you a bit disappointed. Let's start with the Galaxy Z Flip 7, which seems to be getting a noticeable upgrade. According to a fresh certification listing from UL Demco, this phone will feature two battery units. One of them is rated at 1,289 mAh, and the other is at 2,985 mAh. Together, they make up a combined minimum capacity of 4,174 mAh. Most likely, Samsung will round that off and advertise it as a 4,300 mAh battery. This is actually a solid jump from the Flip 6, which had a battery rated at 4,000 mAh. An extra 300 mAh might not sound huge on paper, but in day-to-day use it can mean more screen-on time, fewer moments of low battery stress, and overall smoother performance, especially when paired with a more power-efficient processor. For people who like the Flip series for its compact form but have always wished for a bit more endurance, this is a step in the right direction. Now, onto the Galaxy Z Fold 7. And this is where things don't look as promising. The same certification, Listing confirms that the Fold 7 will use two battery modules, one rated at 2,126 mAh and the other at 2,146 mAh. That brings the total to 4,272 mAh, just like the Fold 6. So once again, Samsung is expected to promote this as a 4,400 mAh battery, with no actual increase in capacity. This might come as a letdown for Fold fans, especially because there are strong rumors that the Fold 7 will have slightly larger displays and a new 200-megapixel camera sensor. Bigger screens and more powerful camera features usually mean higher battery consumption, so keeping the same battery size could raise concerns about endurance. You'd expect a phone at this level, especially with its premium price tag, to have a bit more under the hood, at least in terms of battery. Could Samsung be relying on a new processor or improved software to squeeze out better efficiency? Possibly. That has worked to some extent in the past, but it's always a gamble to rely solely on efficiency improvements without changing the actual battery hardware. Plus, other rumored specs like charging speeds aren't changing either. It looks like both devices will stick with 25-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging, just like last year. So if you were hoping for faster recharging, that's off the table too. That said, there are still a few design upgrades worth mentioning. The Fold 7 is expected to be thinner than its predecessor, which could be a priority for some users who care more about comfort and portability. On the other hand, the Flip 7 might come with a larger 4-inch cover display, making it more functional when the phone is closed and possibly reducing the need to open it so often, another way to indirectly save battery. Foldable phone competition is heating up, but Samsung seems to be playing it safe. While brands like Honor, Oppo, and Motorola push stylish designs, Apple's foldable is still a year away. So is the Flip 7's battery boost enough? And is the Fold 7 doing too little? Tell us what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tech updates.
These issues frustrated Pixel owners, overshadowing the phone's many strengths. Now it looks like Google is repeating history with the Pixel 9a. Recently, YouTuber Sahil Karol managed to get his hands on the device before its official unveiling and shared key details in an unboxing video. The phone, shown in a purple iris color, comes with the Tensor G4 processor and 8 GB of RAM. However, the biggest concern is the modem. While the rest of the Pixel 9 series is expected to use the newer Exynos 5400 modem, the Pixel 9 reportedly sticks with the older Exynos 5300, the same one found in the Pixel 8 lineup. This raises serious concerns because Pixel 8 users have already complained about weak 5G performance and excessive battery drain when using mobile data. If the Pixel 9a is equipped with the same outdated modem, it may suffer from similar problems. For buyers who rely on a strong network connection, this could make the Pixel 9a a risky purchase. The phone is set to launch officially on March 19th, so it won't be long before users find out if these concerns are valid. For those thinking about getting the Pixel 9a, this situation presents a difficult choice. Should you risk buying a phone that might struggle with connectivity or wait for the Pixel 10 later in the year? A reliable modem is crucial, especially in emergencies when you need to make a call or access the internet without interruption. If the Pixel 9a has the same issues as the Pixel 8, weak signals and battery drain, it could be a frustrating experience for users who expect better from Google. Many had hoped that Google had learned from the mistakes of the Pixel 6, where poor modem quality made the phone hard to recommend. While later models showed some improvement, network performance has remained a weak point for Pixel devices. By using an older modem instead of upgrading to the latest one, Google may be making a cost-cutting decision that could negatively